How are you? Ah, good, good. Okay, so recently I picked up an Electro-Harmonix Deluxe electric Mistress. Been after one of these for a while. Now the one I've got's a reissue. The original ones, they're quite bulky, and they actually have like the mains cable built into the box itself. They run on about 12 volts, I think. But not only are they bulky, but they're quite collectible, and they can be quite expensive. There's some that have got like a particular mod which is done on them, or like they've been hand wired or something along those lines, and they can go for, well, sort of around £2 or something like that, or just under. So you know, it's a bit of a no-brainer. They like if you see like the reissue for sort of second hand for about £100, and you know, it makes sense to get one of those. I don't know, some of the purists seem to be turning their nose up at the reissue because it's not the original one, but I think I think I've been able to get some good sounds out of it. I mean, you know, just the demo. You know, because of that, it's just really, it makes it sound really different, especially when we're using like a tele style guitar. And then of course we can do those sort of Andy Summers type thing. So that for that sort of Andy Summers. Or even better. Like that. I think it's a really subtle effect, and I'm just liking it. It's like rather than using like an overdrive, put that on, and it kind of just sort of just changes the overall sound. So I'm going to give you a brief rundown of like how it works, and then we'll do a bit more playing. Okay, so we're starting out with as you can see, we've got the Dynacomp compressor. Let's first on the chain. Not using those two, but this is the electric Mistress. This is what I want to talk about. So it's got 3 dials on it: colour, range, and rate. There's that little toggle switch, but I'm not going to be using that. Now we'll start with the colour. I just have to put it down a second. Okay, so on that setting there, if I just right, so yeah, so starting with the colour, that brings in more of the effect like that. But I just find that it's nice and subtle about there. The range, you bring that down, you see, like, and then you sort of gradually bring that up. Yeah, so about there. And then the rate, as you can probably gather, I mean, you can bring that right the way up, so it's like ridiculous. Well, that's probably a bit much, so I prefer it about there, sort of around sort of 10 o'clock, half 10 sort of thing. And then that's going into delay, and then reverb, and then into the amplifier. Okay, so yeah, so one thing I've been getting into quite lately is little sort of cut down chords, you know, like this. Now I got this from Robin Ford. There's a few videos where he's talking about this, where like rather than playing those those jazz chords like this, like that sort of thing. Doing that kind of. Then you just cut that down. And if you play, since that was like in jazz that 13 chord, since that's not like the root of that would be G, then we know that we're in the key of E. No, we're in the key of C major, but we could play E minor. If we're playing E minor, we can also play E7. But so instead of playing G, the jazzers would play that, and then cut down you'd play so with those open strings we get some sort of quite interesting suspensions coming in. That's another idea that we could do as well. It's like, that would be like instead of playing A minor here, play A minor like this. Then that half diminished, B half diminished. That's C major. That's C7. Major 7. So what we could do there, like we know that note's E, that's a minor third. So instead of playing E minor like that, you'll just play or D minor like that. We know that that's a C major 7 anyway, because you'll see that in like some books and what have you. G, and so on. So that's something else we could look into, isn't it? Because we're only playing these little partial chords. That's like, instead of playing F, you play... Now F major 7 would be... We're just going to play that. And then when you put this in, then that becomes D minor. Same with that, you see, because that C major 7, put that in, it's A minor. You notice I'm using the thumb as well. It's like bringing some sort of flamenco ideas in, you know, the Alsa Pur idea. Yeah, so I thought that might be of some interest to you. I mean, to me, it's, you know, rather than using overdrive, I just rather put a pedal like that on, and it gives me a nice wash in the background, and it just makes my my playing a bit more sort of creative, and it means I can play more chords, and I can link chords in with the lead playing, and suddenly it just like lifts the whole technique. Okay, so Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.